Royals are set to fly this morning to Adelaide after a night of glamping in Uluru and other stuff. Today's Royal correspondent Ashlyn Krikellis joins us now. Ashlyn, good morning to you. It's a big day yesterday, wasn't it? What's in store today for the Royal couple?
Good morning, Carl. Well, as soon as the Royals arrive here in Adelaide, the first place they will be coming is the Northern Sound System in Elizabeth. It is a centre that provides developmental programs for young people, and while they're here, the Duke and Duchess will be enjoying a couple of displays. They'll be watching some skateboarders do their tricks, they'll be enjoying some rapping sessions and watching a bit of hip-hop dancing. They'll also have a look at some graffiti artists at work, and we were here yesterday and there was plenty of rehearsing going on. Believe it or not, yesterday afternoon, this wall behind me was completely blank. This has all been done since then, so talk about leaving it to the last minute. And this wall actually tells the history of Elizabeth, its Indigenous beginnings, the farmland, and then right up the end it goes into the city of Elizabeth as it is today. This is a place that was created in the 1950s. It's named after Her Majesty the Queen, and it was a place set up for English immigrants to live. As a result, there is a large English population here, plenty of keen royalists, as you can imagine. The council has prepared for around 50,000 people to line the streets, so William and Kate will be getting a very warm welcome as they arrive here today. It will be a memorable day, but it will be hard to top yesterday. Of course, they spent the day at Uluru doing a tour at the base of the rock. They spent time with the locals. They were given presents. Kate was given a bracelet, which she put on straight away. William was given a spear, and then, of course, they spent the night glamping in the Australian outback. So quite a magical experience, I can imagine.
Is that graffiti behind you?
It's actually called aerosol art.
It's
they
brilliant
told me
stuff,
yesterday.
isn't it? That's the kind of graffiti we need.
Title. It is.
So if you're going to do it, be good at it and get approval for it. That's sensational. I love that.
Absolutely.
Brilliant stuff, Ashlyn. Thank you. Well, there's been all sorts of talk and a little bit of a stir about those pictures, of course, the other day. The Courier Mail even going as far to say that the Royals have called the House of Windsor the House of Windsor. How good is that headline from the Courier Mail? Because it turns out, you know those pictures that we ran the other day? There we are, right there, of the really candid pictures. Well, everyone was worried about the fact that the House of Windsor was going nuts about this. Well, it turns out that William and Kate don't have a problem at all. In fact, they were, quote, unquote, by a source that we can't confirm, very relaxed about it all. Very relaxed about it all. So there you go, the Courier Mail, the House of Windsor. Great headline.
Certainly
Get that into you.
Thank you, Carl. Well, that move by Will and Kate to a more relaxed style of royalty and these gorgeous shots of a doting mother and the giggles of a future king seem to have put the Republican debate on the back burner in Australia. As Today reporter Chris Urquhart discovered, cute baby Prince George is looking like a monarchist dream, with some calling him the Republican Slayer.
He's pretty cute, isn't he?
I think he's gorgeous. I do think he's gorgeous.
Do you think that Prince George will be the King of Australia?
No, I don't.
What do you think of little Prince Baby George?
He's a little cutie. He looks a lot like Dad.
I have no doubt that the monarchy is going to last and that the succession will go through Charles to William and then to George.
It's long been a complicated issue. Should Australia become a republic? Well, support for a republic is now at a 20-year low, with just 39% of Australians now in favour of it. And when it comes to young Aussies, well, just 1 in 3. Now, the decline in support appears to coincide with the arrival of the royal baby, leading many to wonder whether Prince George could be the Republican Slayer.
Certainly, calling him a Republican Slayer has some merit.
Professor David Flint is the convener of Australians for Constitutional Monarchy, and right now he's riding high. The Republicans have a pretty tough job, don't they?
I think people will be perfectly happy with the system as it is. The same with the flag. I don't see the flag being changed.
When Kate and Will walked out of the Lindo wing with their beautiful baby boy, it was clear fresh wind was in the monarchist sails.
Now 2 days old, he has a name. His Royal Highness Prince George Alexander Louis of Cambridge.
This trip, a new chance to fall in love with the little fella.
Look at the little Barb, he's beautiful.
He's look at him jiggling
I can't wait to get on the plane.
In New Zealand, we really got to know the heir to the throne, playing with Bubs his own age and now melting hearts in Australia again.
And snuggled against her, the new star of the royal family, baby George.
Would you be happy if he was king?
Maybe when he's a bit older.
Not just yet. Do you think he'd change a few Republicans' minds?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard to say. He's a baby.
The last time we had a chance to have our say was back in 1999. Malcolm Turnbull, then the face of the Republican movement, the vote was a resounding no.
Australia will not become a republic.
15 years on, a new generation of the Royals have emerged and a new leader of the Republican movement, David Morris. Does a good-looking young royal couple and a bouncing baby Prince George make your job a lot harder?
Oh, look, I think Australians love to welcome visitors and, you know, British royals are always welcome to visit Australia and will be welcome to visit Australia when we're a republic.
Cute as George may be, the young slayer hasn't changed David's mind.
I haven't met baby Prince George, but I've met lots of great Aussie babies who I think one day could make a great Australian head of state. I'm sure Prince George will make a very good British head of state.
For now, though, he might have a tough job at convincing others. Would you like to see Australia change to be a republic?
No, I'm happy with the way it is. I am happy with the way it is. I think the Royals are great.
Traditional. Keep it that way. It works now, just leave it.
Baby George, the Republican slayer, the Prince of Hearts. And a good-looking baby like that helps the brand?
Oh, definitely.
Of course it does.
It's a great accessory.
accessory.
Prince George is a good accessory?
Definitely.